My name's Ethan. I'm 20, and I thought that summer would be a break. Instead, it became the moment I learned my own parents could betray me. Since I was 16, I'd saved every paycheck, every tip from the diner, every extra dollar I earned. That savings account wasn't just money. It was my future, my safety net. My younger brother, Lucas, was the opposite. Spoiled, entitled, and handed everything without ever lifting a finger. When I got home from college, Lucas was in the driveway revving a brand new motorcycle. My heart dropped because I knew there was no way we could afford it. That night, I checked my savings account, and my stomach turned to ice. Every dollar I had worked for was gone. The transactions told the story clearly. My dad had been transferring money for months. They used my savings to buy Lucas's motorcycle. I stormed into the living room, shaking with rage. "Where's my money?" I demanded, but Dad just muted the TV and smirked. "You should be proud to help your brother out," he said. My chest burned. Proud of being robbed? Lucas appeared in the doorway with his usual smug grin. "Relax, man. You'll make more later. I need the bike now." For years I'd swallowed the favoritism, but this was too much. They hadn't just played favorites. They had stolen from me. Mom tried smoothing things over with her patronizing voice. "Ethan, family sacrifices for each other. You're strong, but Lucas is fragile." Fragile. That word had always been their excuse for his laziness, his irresponsibility, his lack of discipline. Fragile was their cover for destroying my future. I looked at both of them and realized something. In their eyes, I wasn't a son. I was a bank account with a pulse. Over the next weeks, things only got worse. Lucas strutted around bragging about his new bike, while my parents acted like I was selfish for being upset. I came home one night and found my desk on, my laptop missing, and my textbooks shoved into boxes. Lucas had borrowed them for his gaming setup. When I protested, Dad cut me off. "Don't be dramatic, Ethan. Use the family desktop." The family desktop was ancient, a useless brick compared to what I needed for school. My future meant nothing to them. Lucas laughed in my face, scrolling through my old essays. "You actually write this garbage? No wonder you're broke." I locked my door, but Dad ripped the lock off. "We don't keep secrets in this house," he barked, while Lucas snickered behind him. It was humiliation after humiliation, and every time I tried to fight back, I was told I was ungrateful. I was losing hope. The final straw came when I checked my new paycheck. Dad had added himself as an authorized user on my account and already taken money. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, fury burning through me. They thought I'd never fight back, but they were wrong. Because from that moment forward, I wasn't just their son. I was their reckoning. After that night, something shifted inside me. The rage hardened into resolve. I started working double shifts at the steakhouse, bussing tables until my feet ached. Every dollar I earned, I guarded like treasure. But I wasn't stupid. I knew they'd drain me again if I kept using the same bank. So I opened a new account in my name only. No one else could touch it. For the first time in months, I felt control again. My secret savings became my quiet rebellion. At home, I played the role of the obedient son. I let Dad lecture me, let Mom guilt me, let Lucas strut around with his motorbike. Inside, though, I was planning. Every cruel word, every stolen dollar, it was fuel. I worked myself ragged, but there was something empowering about it. They couldn't steal this money because they didn't even know it existed. One night, after a brutal dinner rush, my manager pulled me aside. "You've got work ethic, Ethan. Keep this up and you'll move up fast." Hearing that nearly broke me in the best way. For months my family had treated me like a joke, but here someone actually saw my worth. I smiled quietly on the way home. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't drowning. At the steakhouse, I made friends, people who respected me. And through one of them, I landed a part-time job at a logistics company doing data entry. The pay was better, the hours steadier. My savings began to grow faster than ever. Green, the boss, noticed my attention to detail. "You've got a sharp mind. Ever thought about project management?" he asked. No one had ever asked me what I wanted before. That moment lit a fire inside me. Suddenly, I wasn't just scraping by. I was building a future completely outside my family's grip. Meanwhile, Lucas started to get restless. A motorbike wasn't enough for him anymore. He whined about needing new gear, custom paint, even a car. My parents looked uneasy as bills piled up. At dinner, I stayed quiet, nodding as if I had nothing. The less they suspected, the safer I was. But behind closed doors, I documented everything. Every withdrawal Dad had made, every unauthorized transfer, every gift that had come out of my savings. I built a folder of evidence, neat and detailed. I wasn't sure when I'd use it, but I knew the day was coming. By August, I had 2 lives. At home, I was invisible, mocked, dismissed. But outside, I was Ethan, hardworking, trusted, building independence no one could take away. The contrast was surreal. While they crowned Lucas king of the house, I was out there quietly stacking bricks for my own castle. Lucas's smugness grew unbearable. He'd dangle my old laptop bag in front of me, laughed about using my money for pizza and upgrades. Each time he smirked, I only grew more patient, because I knew soon his arrogance would become his downfall. One late night, while I was eating leftover steakhouse fries at my desk, I realized something. This wasn't just about revenge anymore. It was about respect. I wasn't going to beg for it anymore. I was going to take it. And once I had it, I wasn't giving it back. By September, Lucas was demanding more. My parents were running out of excuses, and their eyes began to turn toward me again. One night at dinner, Lucas leaned back in his chair and said smugly, "Dad, maybe we can use Ethan's account again. He won't mind." I felt a strange calm wash over me. They still thought I was the same naive kid who let them take everything. Dad nodded slowly, as if it were already decided. "It's family money, Ethan. You'll thank us later." I put my fork down and smiled faintly. "Sure, check the account." After dinner, Dad sat at the family computer, his confidence dripping off him. But the moment he logged in, his face collapsed. The account was empty, frozen, with months of unauthorized transfers flagged. Lucas frowned. "Where's the money?" I leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. "I moved it months ago. My name only. You can't touch it." The silence was heavy. Mom clutching her mug, Dad grinding his teeth, Lucas sputtering like a balloon losing air. I finally said, "I'm done being your wallet." They tried guilt, anger, denial. But none of it worked anymore. Because I had something stronger than anger, evidence. Bank records, screenshots, every transfer tied back to the motorbike sitting in the driveway. I took it all to the bank manager. He didn't even hesitate, telling me I could press charges for fraud. When the official letter arrived, confirming the withdrawals were unauthorized, Dad's mask cracked. For the first time, he looked small. Lucas yelled, "You can't do this. He's your father." But I looked at him calmly and said, "A father protects, not steals." That night, Mom cornered me, tears streaking her face. "Please, Ethan, don't destroy us. Can't you forgive?" I almost wavered, but then I remembered Ryan laughing as he deleted my paper, my dad smirking when he drained my account, Mom calling me too strong to need help. I shook my head. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. I'm leaving. The next week, the bank restored my stolen funds directly into my new account. My father's reputation crumbled, whispers spreading fast in our town. Lucas sulked in silence, his shiny motorbike now a symbol of theft rather than pride. Even his friends stopped coming around. I packed my things early, my car stuffed with boxes. For the first time, the road out of that driveway felt like freedom. At school, I built my own life. I rented a small apartment, paid for with my own earnings, and for once, every cent in my account was safe. Months later, I heard through a neighbor that my dad had taken on extra work to cover bills. Mom had started therapy. Lucas had finally gotten a part-time job. And, strangely, that made me feel lighter. Because maybe they were finally learning the lesson I'd been forced to learn the hard way. One evening, Mom called me. She apologized, truly, shakily, with words I never thought I'd hear. She admitted they had been wrong, that they had taken me for granted, and begged for a chance to repair things. I didn't rush to forgive, but I also didn't slam the door shut. I told her, "I'll think about it. Healing takes time." And for the first time in years, I felt peace in my chest. Not from revenge, but from freedom. My future was finally mine. My story was no longer about what they took, but about what I built. And as I looked out at the sunset from my apartment balcony, I realized something. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's living well and leaving the pain behind.